Hey everybody, this is measure and classify angles. So let's start with, defining an angle. An angle is two rays. That's a ray, remember, it starts here, with a common endpoint. That's what an angle is. So now let's talk about that endpoint. Let's call this endpoint A, and we're going through ray AB. That's that. And A through, we'll call it C. So now we've got A, B, C, the 3 points on this angle. So we can name it by its vertex. This, the place they meet, the vertex. Right there. Vertex. Point they meet. So if I want to name it by that, I would call that angle A. So a picture looks like this. Okay, I can name it by a number. Sometimes you'll see a number written out here inside. Let's call it 7. We call that angle 7. Angle 7, only if it's written there. All right, so a picture of that would look like this, be an angle with a 7 inside of it. So then you can name it by the point on each ray and the vertex. So here's the point on each ray and the vertex. So I start out here. I can call it BAC, or I can call it CAB. And order matters when you're working problems. You have to follow the order that it's named. And there's our pictures over there for this. Okay, so as an example, this is angle 1. And we're going to call it angle 1. We're going to name it 2 other ways. I can name it angle 1. I can name it RUV, angle RUV. Or I could name it angle VUR. I cannot use a single letter like U because there are more than one angle at U. Now this guy, I could name angle T or angle V, but I can't use U. I cannot say angle U. Can't do that because there's more than one angle at that vertex. So we use a protractor to measure angles, and angles are measured in degrees. A complete rotation around the vertex creates a circle, and it measures 360 degrees. So if I have vertex point over here like this, and I go bloop, 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 and I start right here at this line, and I go all the way to there, and all the way back to the line I started on, that's a complete rotation, which makes a circle, which is 360 degrees. Now this is what a protractor looks like, and this little hole in the center of it, that is where you locate your vertex. This is the 0 line. And if I'm going this way, this becomes the 180 line. Or I can start here at 0 line and go back this way, and this becomes the 180 line. Now, if I start here, and I'm reading this protractor, I'm not going to go 0 to 170, 160, or 180 to 170. I'm going to start at 0 right here, and I'm going to measure to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, which gives me a right angle. See that? Then once I get past that right angle, I'm not going to start going down at 80, 70, 60. I'm going to keep going up. 90, 110, 120, 30, 40, 150, 160, 170, 180, till I'm halfway around a circle. Okay? If If I start over here, I use the outside lines, because the outside numbers, because look, 10, 20, going that way. Starting over here, I'm going to use the inside numbers, going this way. Doesn't matter where you start, but this needs to be at the vertex point. All right, let's look at an example of using our, we don't have one, using our protractor. No, this is just classifying and naming, so we're okay. Let's talk about the 5 types of angles, okay? So the definition of an acute angle is an angle less than 90 degrees or an angle more than 0 degrees. So the real way to look at that is we're going to call it angle A for acute. Angle A, or A, is greater than 0 degrees and less than 90. So this is a 90-degree angle. Can't be that angle, but it's anything that's less than. So it's in this area up to 90 degrees. Once you hit 90 degrees, guess what you're at? It is exactly 90 degrees. You're at a right angle. If you are more than 90 with your angle, but less than 180, so I start over here, vertex is here, going that way. This would be 180. Straight line across would be 180. But let's say you're like this. Let's say you're at 175 degrees. That is an obtuse angle. Now, acute angles are less than 90, so they're typically called acute little angle. Obtuse is fat angle, bigger than 90 degrees, but not 180, because at 180, if it measures exactly 180 degrees, it forms a line, and we call that a straight angle. It's got to measure exactly 180 degrees, though. Now, a reflex angle, we'll call that angle A, is greater than 180, but less than 360 degrees. So let's look at that. If I start there, make my way around this way, okay, and I come down here, let's say that this angle from here to here, this angle is 180 plus 60, we'll go 70. 180 plus 70, which would be 250 degrees. That's a reflex angle. It's more than straight, less than 360. Okay? All right, guys. That is the lesson for classifying, measuring, and classifying angles. Please complete the practice.